Does budgeting feel totally overwhelming? Have you tried complicated spreadsheets, downloaded a dozen different apps, only to give up after just a couple of weeks? If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today on Financial Essentials, I'm breaking down one of the simplest and most powerful budgeting methods ever created, the 50/30/20 rule. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to set it up, how to personalize it for your own life, and how to finally start saving money without feeling like you have to give up everything you enjoy. Let's get right into it. So, what exactly is the 50/30/20 rule? At its core, it's a super straightforward framework that divides your after-tax income into three simple buckets. The first bucket is 50% for your needs. These are the absolute essentials you need to live and work. Think about things like your rent or mortgage, your basic grocery bill, utilities like electricity and water, your insurance payments, and transportation costs to get to your job. These are the non-negotiables. Next up, 30% of your income is allocated to your wants. This is the fun stuff, the expenses that make life more enjoyable. This category includes things like eating out at restaurants, your Netflix and Spotify subscriptions, that weekend trip you've been planning, hobbies, and shopping for things you don't strictly need. Wants are all about your lifestyle choices. Finally, the last 20% is dedicated to savings and paying off debt. This is the bucket that builds your future. It includes contributions to your emergency fund, putting money into retirement accounts like a 401k or an IRA, investing in the stock market, and making extra payments on any loans you might have like student loans or credit card debt. The beauty of this rule is its simplicity. Just three numbers create one clear plan. You don't have to track every single penny you spend, and there's no complicated math involved. It gives you a clear, high-level view of where your money should be going. Now let's talk about how to calculate your own numbers. This is where the theory becomes reality, and it's easier than you think. First, grab your monthly take-home pay. This is the amount that actually hits your bank account after all taxes and deductions have been taken out. For this example, let's say your monthly take-home pay is $3,000. Using the rule, your budget would look like this. 50% for needs is $1,500. 30% for wants is $900. And 20% for savings is $600. That's it. Those are your targets. The next step is to compare these target numbers to what you actually spend. The easiest way to do this is to open your banking app or credit card statements and look at the last month of transactions. Go through each expense and categorize it into one of the three buckets: needs, wants, or savings. This simple exercise is incredibly powerful. You'll instantly see where your money is really going and identify any areas where you might be overspending. Are your wants creeping up to 40%? Are your needs taking up 65% of your income? This initial review gives you the data you need to start making informed adjustments. One of the trickiest parts of this whole process can be figuring out what counts as a need versus a want. The line can feel blurry sometimes, so let's clear it up. Needs are the expenses that are absolutely required for you to live and work. We're talking about your housing payment, your utility bills, a basic and reasonable grocery budget for cooking, at-home health and car insurance, and the cost of your commute, whether that's gas for your car or a public transit pass. If you can't survive without it, it's a need. Wants, on the other hand, are everything else. They are lifestyle upgrades that make life more comfortable or fun. Dining out instead of cooking at home is a classic want. A premium phone plan with unlimited data when a cheaper one would do is a want. Subscribing to 5 different streaming services is definitely a want. Vacations, new clothes, the latest gadgets, and impulse buys all fall squarely in this category. The single most common budgeting mistake people make is mislabeling their wants as needs. You have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Do you need that daily $5 coffee, or do you want it? This distinction is the key to making the 50/30/20 rule work for you. So what happens if you do the math and your numbers just don't fit? Maybe your needs are taking up 60% or even 70% of your income, especially if you live in a high cost of living area. First of all, don't panic. This is completely normal for most people when they first start. The 50/30/20 rule is a guideline, not a strict law. If your needs are too high, your goal is to focus on shrinking those expenses slowly over time. Can you find a cheaper phone plan? Could you shop around and negotiate a better rate on your car insurance? Would getting a roommate or moving to a more affordable neighborhood be an option? Even small changes like consistently meal prepping your lunches can make a big difference. And what if you can't hit that 20% savings goal right away? Again, that's okay. The most important thing is to start. If you can only manage to save 5% of your income right now, then start with 5%. Get comfortable with that and then challenge yourself to increase it to 10%. The goal isn't immediate perfection. It's about creating a positive direction and building good habits. The rule is a compass, not a cage. Use it to guide your decisions, not to judge yourself. Any progress is good progress. Now for my favorite part, the secret sauce that makes this entire system effortless: automation. Trying to manually move money around and stick to a budget using willpower alone is exhausting, and it's why so many people fail. Automation is your best friend. The first thing you should do is set up automatic transfers from your checking account. The day your paycheck hits, have it automatically send money to your different financial goals. Send a portion directly to your high-yield savings account for your emergency fund. Send another portion to your retirement or investment accounts. And if you have debt, set up automatic extra payments. When your saving happens first, automatically, it changes the game. What's left in your checking account becomes your guilt-free spending money for the month. You know your future is already taken care of, so you can spend the rest on your needs and wants without worrying if you're saving enough. This pay-yourself-first strategy removes the emotion and decision-making from saving, making it an unbreakable habit. Let's walk through a quick real-life example to see how this works. Imagine someone named Alex earns $4,000 a month after taxes. According to the rule, their ideal budget would be $2,000 for needs, $1,200 for wants, and $800 for savings. But after tracking their spending, Alex finds they're actually spending $2,200 on needs, $1,100 on wants, and only saving $700. They're a bit off. So Alex decides to make some small tweaks. They cut back on dining out, saving $150 a month. They also cancel a couple of streaming subscriptions they barely use, saving another $50. Just like that, they freed up $200. Now, that money can be redirected straight to savings, pushing their savings total up to $900 a month. They're now exceeding their 20% goal. It shows that you don't need a drastic life overhaul. A few small, consistent changes can have a massive impact over time. So, how does following a simple rule like this actually build wealth? It might seem too basic, but its power lies in consistency. By consistently hitting that 20% savings target, you systematically build up your financial foundation. First, you build a fully funded emergency fund, which protects you from unexpected life events and keeps you out of debt. Then, you can aggressively pay down high-interest debt, which frees up even more of your income. At the same time, you are consistently funding your retirement accounts, allowing compound interest to work its magic over decades. All of this dramatically reduces money-related stress and anxiety. Budgeting isn't about restriction. It asks about creating a plan that gives you permission to spend while still building the future you want. It's about creating freedom. If this video helped you understand budgeting a little better, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to Financial Essentials for more simple money tips. And I'd love to know, drop a comment below and tell me, what percentage of your income are you saving right now? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.